Oh my God, I'm gonna dance all night long. For some reason, I've been in the mood of like dancing and doing stupid shit before the video starts. But it helps me get into the mode, and we're gonna talk about some pre-E3 stuff. This is gonna be fucking hard because I wanted to do Nintendo's first, and then Nintendo's shit has been like fluctuating. You got the platinum game stuff, the retro tweets, fucking Devil's Third got a goddamn trailer and a fucking release date already in Japan. You're just like, you gonna let me get a chance? You gonna let me get no? All right, fuck it, fine. We'll talk about other things. So we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna start from least favorite to favorite, which means you should know how this is gonna go. So Sony's in the middle, like it always has been, and Microsoft is first. Let's talk about Microsoft. Boom, boom, boom. So they don't actually have like that Nintendo or PlayStation. They just got that boom. Alright, so E3 thoughts about Microsoft. Now, the way I'm going to approach these videos is pretty much what I expect and then what they would have to do to sell me on it. Obviously, the Wii U won't be that way, but for Sony and Microsoft, it's the whole selling me on the shit. So, to kind of talk about Microsoft, and I've already talked about Microsoft. Microsoft, to me, holds no value in terms of a gaming console platform. The best thing about Microsoft is it's online, which is a terrible thing to be. Listen, it's not terrible to have good online. It's terrible that that's your major selling point. Like that's what you are the king of. You're the king of reinvigorating shooters and fucking online multiplayer. That's it, or online gaming in general. Which neither one of those things are terrible. They're just not. They don't hold my interest. Now for me, because Microsoft represents does two things that like completely draw people like me away. They don't have any investment into the Japanese gamer at all. Don't bullshit yourself. Every Japanese game they get is a multiplayer. And where do those sell better on? The Sony console. So they have like no fucking gear towards the Japanese gaming industry. And then they also delve into a genre of game shooters are like literally with like bottom tier for me. The fact that I even own Splatoon as a shooter says a lot about Splatoon as a game, but like shooters I have no affinity for, especially first person. I can't fucking stand first person. And this, I'm going to say, I'm the guy who didn't play Metroid Prime Trilogy because it was in first person. I can't stand first person games. I know it's supposed to be immersion. I just find it limiting. I feel like I can't see my character. If you don't give me a third person mode, it just completely turns me off. I like on-rail shooters. I just don't care for first person anything. Which is why I know there's a lot of hype for Mirror's Edge, and I'm just like, I can't stand first person gaming. That just annoys the shit out of me. I don't, that entire just feel of running to a wall, like especially Mirror's Edge where you have to run into the wall and parkour and shit. And I was like, can I see my character, please? Can I do that? Do I have to? Whatever. So, yeah, I have no affinity for Microsoft, so Microsoft would have to do a lot. I am going into Microsoft's conference, and by the way, I'm off so I can actually do live reactions to it. I'm going into Microsoft's conference knowing that it's not going to change my opinion. Like, I know it's not going to change my opinion. I will give Microsoft props. Within the last few years, they've been better about focusing on games. Granted, that's partially because they got backlash so bad when they announced Xbox One and they fucked that up. So last E3 was pretty decent in terms of just game announcements. Unfortunately, a lot of them were multiplats, and the ones that were exclusive for franchises I don't give a fuck about. There's been rumors about a fucking Gears of War game. Don't give a fuck about Gears of War. Forza don't give a fuck about. Halo I really don't give a fuck about. There is no exclusive. Now, if we're going to talk about in terms of predictions and things that we're going to see, I think in terms of conferences and in terms of content, they'll probably be just as consistent as they were last year, which works out for them because they'll still have this, their same game after game after game after game thing while also having probably a new SKU for the Xbox One. I actually think that's been unofficially confirmed, the whole 1 terabyte Xbox One. I think there's already a thing that's been confirmed. If not, it will be confirmed then. So personally, when it comes to that, you know, I think they'll be about on par. They'll stick to what they did last year, and they'll be consistent. We'll get a new SKU for the Xbox One with a bigger hard drive. I'm pretty sure that and the PS4 will get a new SKU with a bigger hard drive. That's kind of whatever to me. The hard drive space was never an issue because I own a Wii U, for God's sake. So I obviously don't give a fuck about hard drive space that much. Game-wise, we'll probably see something for Halo 5. We'll probably see something from Gears. We'll probably see some Rise of Tomb Raider footage because that is an exclusive, and I'm assuming that's coming out this year. I think. I don't know. I'm thinking we're going to get one unconventional game. We still got to see Scalebound. What was that? Well, no, that's a Sony game. There was a Suda 51 game I was thinking of, but I think that's a Sony game. There are a few games. I'm thinking we're going to get one or two surprises, which means we'll probably get one of the rare IPs. Not rare made games. I'm talking about rare IPs, which a lot of people are banking Banjo-Kazooie, which is a safe bet. I'm going to be a little weird. I'm going to say it's Grabbed by the Ghoulies. Because I feel like that one, I feel like I would give them more props if they did Grabbed by the Ghoulies before Banjo-Kazooie. Because Banjo-Kazooie is the obvious choice. But Grabbed by the Ghoulies hasn't really been touched either. Or fucking Perfect Dark for that matter. So I can see either one. It could literally be one of those three. But I'm more banking it's probably Banjo-Kazooie. But I kind of hope it's Perfect Dark or Grabbed by the Ghoulies just for the sake of variety. There's not too much to talk about because, as I said, I know going into this they're not going to do anything to wow me. Because people understand my biggest problem with Microsoft is not only the fact that their gaming tastes don't appeal to me. They don't do anything to me that Sony or Nintendo doesn't cover. You know, my Japanese gaming, anime gaming is always going to be Sony until Sony loses the ability to do that, which they don't look like that's stopping anytime soon. And Nintendo will cover all my chilled out, you know, my other RPG needs, whether it's in the form of Bravely Default or Fire Emblem, whatever the fuck, Pokemon, or my platforming craving, because that's the only company that does platformers, which is what pisses me off when I keep hearing things about like Yooka-Laylee. The 3D platformer is back, guys, and you're just sitting there going, what? What? It's just like, you get this face like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's back. It never left. Damn. Oh my god. God damn. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't even care. That's just a stupid phrase to me. So, I mean, because they don't appeal to my type of gamer, and then on top of that, they suck at consistency. That was like one of the biggest problems with the 360. They couldn't keep exclusives on the damn thing, so you never had a reason to buy it. Like, you only bought 360 if you just cared about the one or two exclusives it had over Sony's, and up until I think 2010, 2011, you wanted to play multiplex better, which, you know, are relatively valid reasons. So, you know, if you're a Microsoft fan, that's fine. I just personally don't have any faith or interest in that damn console because I don't give a fuck about their IPs. Their IPs are the only thing that would save them. And I'm hoping, and I'm banking that they're probably going to announce one or two more IPs. Because I feel like if Xbox really wants to turn their direction around like they were trying to do last year, they need some new IPs. And I would prefer them to be something that isn't a shooter. That is what's killing them right now. They keep sticking to the same damn genre. It was the same problem people had with the Wii U when its first set of games came out. You had nothing but fucking platformers except for like one or two games. I think the only games that weren't platformers on the Wii U like in 2013 was fucking Pikmin and damn Wonderful 101. Everything else was a goddamn platformer. It was ridiculous. Even the third-party games we got, like Rayman and Sonic, it was like, yo, platformers. It's the same problem with Xbox. Shooters! Do something different. Even the game that looked the most interesting to me personally, which was Sunset Overdrive, it's a fucking shooter. Dude, branch the fuck out. Please. You want to talk about how Nintendo doesn't branch out? What the fuck are you guys doing? It's the same damn genre. How many times can you shoot shit before you're like, bruh, I think we're done? You get your Call of Duties, you get your fucking Assassin's Creeds, you get your fucking, like, you get all your yearly franchises. half of which have shooter elements in them, and then you get the Xbox exclusives, which are shooters also. Fucking Destiny, shooter. Watch Dogs had shooting elements in it, and you're just like, come the fuck on. So, to me, I would give them way more points this year if they just bring out some different IPs. Some different IPs. Not the. It don't even have to be new. Just something that doesn't have a fucking gun in their hand. This is one of the reasons why people think that the Xbox fan base, which I agree, are the most closed-minded. Because you guys, because literally, Microsoft tailors to one type of game, and that's all you fuckers play. I mean, we've seen the sales for even the multiplats that are more towards Sony gamers than Microsoft gamers, and Microsoft gamers don't buy them because though that group has been conditioned for just like 3 or 4 different types of games. So if it's not following like an action adventure sandbox shooter, you're fucking done. Or an online multiplayer focus. So yeah. So, really, that's all I have to say about Microsoft. There's not much to talk about because, as I said, I don't have that much interest in the company's games, and I don't expect much from them. Even the multiplats that it has, even the exclusives, the exclusive third-party games it gets, we know that's coming to Sony. I'll give them props if we can go this entire generation without that happening. Oh, wait, it already did. With, like, Microsoft's first set of fucking games when it first launched. Like Rise, Dead Rising, Titanfall. Well, Titanfall was multi-plat when it first came out. It was fucking ridiculous. Keep exclusives. That's the other thing. Please, if you want people like me to fuck with that console, maintain the reason to buy it. I have no faith that you are going to keep any of the third-party exclusives you announce because you never do. So yeah, I mean, the Microsoft console is the most negative because I literally don't expect anything. I don't expect them to make me want to get an Xbox One. At the very best, they'll at least intrigue me and keep my mind focused on them. And for the love of God, if you maintain what you did last year and then just throw in some new games, some new IPs, some different genres, will be good. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. Please leave yours in the comments section below. And I will be doing Sony tomorrow. Wee! 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 Boom! Peace!